My ex cheated on me with her trainer and left. Now she wants to rebuild our relationship after he cheated on her. I'm torn between giving her another chance or leaving the past behind. Hey y'all, I'm a 28-year-old guy, and something pretty strange just happened. And honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Maybe sharing it here will help me sort it all out. Of course, I'll be using fake names for everyone involved. So, just over a year ago, I was in a committed 3-year relationship with this girl, Emily, 27F. From where I was standing, everything seemed to be going smoothly. We were even talking about moving in together and tossing around ideas about maybe getting married someday. Around that same time, I got really into working out and decided to introduce Emily to my personal trainer, Tom, 30 million. Tom was one of those guys with tons of charm, and he and Emily seemed to hit it off right away. I didn't think much of it, just figured they had a good trainer-client vibe going. A few months later, though, Emily started acting kind of distant. After her workouts, she'd claim she was busy, wouldn't get home until late, and her phone was always on Do Not Disturb. When I'd bring it up, she'd brush me off, telling me I was just being paranoid. Turns out, I wasn't being paranoid at all. One evening, she left her phone on the counter while she was in the shower, and it lit up with messages from Tom. Let's just say they weren't discussing fitness plans. I confronted her right then and there, and she broke down, admitting that she'd been cheating with him for months. She told me she fell in love with Tom, and that it wasn't about me, it was just something she couldn't control. Within a week, she packed her stuff and moved in with him. That was the lowest point of my life. It felt like my whole world had been flipped upside down. I blocked her on everything and focused on trying to rebuild my life. Therapy, hitting the gym, spending time with friends. It took a while, but I slowly started to move forward, even though the whole thing left a pretty deep scar. Then, just a few days ago, completely out of nowhere, she texted me from a new number. At first, I didn't plan on responding, but my curiosity got the best of me. She started by saying she missed me, that she's sorry for everything, and that she made a huge mistake. Apparently, things with Tom fell apart fast. She found out he was cheating on her too. The irony, right? And now she's alone, miserable, and feeling stuck. She even admitted that she's been thinking about me for months but was too ashamed to reach out. She went on to say she realizes now that what we had was real, and that she wants to make things right. She claims she's willing to do anything to prove she's changed and asked if we could meet up and talk things over. So here's where I'm at, Reddit. A part of me still has some feelings for her, but another part of me is shouting at me to block her again and never look back. After what she did, I don't know if I can ever trust her again. But hearing her sound so broken on the phone stirred something up in me. Maybe it's just pity, maybe it's old memories, or maybe I'm just being foolish. Now I'm stuck trying to figure out if I should hear her out or leave her in the past, where she probably belongs. What would you do? Hey everyone, I wasn't planning on giving an update, but after meeting up with my ex, I feel like I've got to get this off my chest. For those who didn't catch my first post, here's the short version. My ex, Emily, 27F, cheated on me a year ago with her trainer, Tom, and ended up leaving me for him. Now, she's back, saying things went downhill with him, and she wants to patch things up. So, we met up yesterday for coffee. I went in without any real expectations. Part of me just wanted some closure, and part of me was curious about what she had to say. We ended up talking for a couple of hours, and honestly, it was a lot to take in. Emily started off by apologizing. She admitted that walking away from me for Tom was the biggest mistake she's ever made, and she's been paying the price for it ever since. Without diving into too much detail, she explained that things with Tom weren't nearly as perfect as she had imagined, and the whole relationship basically fell apart. She's been struggling ever since, emotionally, mentally, and even financially. It's been a rough year for her. But here's the part that threw me off. She also brought up some things about our relationship that I hadn't really thought about. She made it clear that cheating on me was completely wrong, but she said that she felt like I wasn't exactly the best boyfriend either. According to her, I didn't always make her feel appreciated, and she started resenting me for that. She mentioned that I was emotionally distant at times, more wrapped up in my work or hobbies, and that she felt like she wasn't a priority. She wasn't using it as an excuse, but she said that the built-up resentment made her more vulnerable to someone who gave her the attention she craved. Hearing that was tough. I never saw myself that way, but when I think back, I can kind of see where she's coming from. I thought I was being a good partner, but maybe I missed the mark in some areas. She told me she's done a lot of reflecting and realizes now that she should have talked to me about how she felt instead of going behind my back. After we wrapped up our conversation, she asked if we could give things another shot. She claims she's learned from her mistakes and wants to rebuild what we had. She said she's open to taking things slow and proving that she's changed, but I'm really torn. I've done a lot of healing over the past year, and I don't know if it's smart or even possible to go back. But at the same time, I can't deny that hearing her own up to her mistakes and explain her side stirred something in me. Maybe it's closure, maybe it's sympathy, or maybe it's just old feelings resurfacing. I honestly don't know. Now I'm stuck. Part of me feels like I should just move forward and leave the past behind. But another part of me is wondering if we both made mistakes that could be fixed now that we've grown. I can't tell if she's just trying to ease her conscience, or if there's actually a real shot at something better this time around. What would you do? Is it worth trying to rebuild, or is it best to let the past stay in the past?